Okay, what happens when 650 agents turn to 450 agents in the Northern Beaches? What next? Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Agent correction, Billy Bob. Agent correction.
We just had a correction off air. We had a Mark saying I want to do this topic, Billy saying I want to do this topic. We're going to fuse two topics together this morning, make it the best of both worlds.
Really awkward, guys. Like, I kept talking and Billy goes, yeah.
Billy was thinking. Billy
And
was
I go,
preparing it.
Billy goes, yeah, but. And I go, and then Billy goes, maybe. And then I just lost it. I'm like, seriously, can you just talk?
Well, here we are. We're talking right now. We're talking about what happens when tough times hit. You know, I feel like we hear it day in, day out. The motivational speaker saying, "Just keep going, just keep going." You know, and it's like, yeah, that's so easy just to say that. It's like, but what next? What next?
Be good for
But
you.
good for you. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure your work's easy, kind of thing. Look, what I wanted to just get off my chest this morning. I've never seen numbers like this before, but I was playing around on realestate.com at the beginning of the week, and I noticed that we've literally lost 200 agents in the last 24 months, and
Just
real
in the
estate
Northern Beaches.
just on the Northern Beaches, yeah. And you know, if the way to look at this is you go on realestate.com, look at agents, put in your area, sell. This is for the agents that are watching. You go sales, suburb, performance, time frame 24 months, and down the bottom left hand corner you can see 664. Then you look at 12 months. We list 100 agents in a month. Then 6 months, another 100, and then 3 months. So you're looking at literally 200 and more agents disappearing in 24 months. And to keep a realestate.com profile active, I think it needs to have one sale or one listing published for sale within that 12-month calendar period. So yeah, it's a sign of the times. I do believe that.
Oh. You know what? I had this conversation with Lisa this morning, and there's times like, and I want to share this with something a little bit deep with people that are out there. Sometimes, and often, often we get friends and family saying, "Oh, must be nice," or "How do you guys stay positive?" or whatever. Look,
Yeah.
the reality is, it you know there are times where it just ain't happening. It just ain't going. It just ain't flowing. And for me, it's almost like keep going, head down, bum up, just keep turning up. And probably the best piece of advice I ever got from a late friend, Norm Evangelidis. Norm said, when I first started in real estate, Norm said, like looking for advice, need help. And he said, and he'd done a lot of real estate stuff. And he said, Mark, just keep answering your phone. And I was like, it's the worst piece of advice. Like, I didn't need that advice. That wasn't the advice that I was looking for. That wasn't the advice that I need at the moment. And it was.
Yeah.
And it was. And the amount of times that's resonated in my life, in the darkest, deepest, hardest moments, and I'm like, keep answering the phone. It's like saying put one foot in front of the other effectively. I didn't realize at the time. But that's what it is.
Yeah, and look, we're not here to give you a motivational Wednesday speech this morning, but we are here to bring to light, just the facts in front of us. I actually think as an agent, or as anyone in a professional career, it's reassuring to know the facts around you, because you can then actually have a better measure as to the market in general. Um, and it's perspective, I guess. It's perspective at the end of the day. But where our topics clashed this morning, you were saying, this is everyone. This is relevant to everything. You've got friends in business. You've got lots of people saying, "What do I do with my house?" It's this can be applied to anything.
People are selling investment properties because it's too hard.
Yeah, and
You know,
and
rates went from 2% to 6%. They're like, ugh, this is hard. This hurts my gut.
yeah, we are having these conversations with everyday people all day, every day.
Billy, you had a rough patch with your unit.
Yeah, I didn't really want to, talk about it on here, and make this about me,
So,
but
so we won't.
everyone, everyone has had, a period, and I think that's that's the thing, that it comes down to. It's just timing.
Yep.
It happens in waves. It's ups and downs. But if you just plateau through and just keep the head low, plateau through, you actually just weather the storm and come out the other side. And often it's literally matter of months. It's not long periods of time. Um,
But if you really think about it, most shit works in cycles. Like there's nothing that is just like flat line. Like even the weather, like you got fires that burn shit off, you got floods that flood stuff, that you got these beautiful days in between, and then you got these cold days and hot days. It's just you just work through it and you just push through that cycle and it comes through the other end. It really does. But look at the property market, Billy. Like look at the surges. It sort of goes like it's always going up, but it goes in this way, like this scary wave towards in the upwards trajectory.
Spot on. Yep. And just like your late friend said, just pick up the phone. We just tell people just keep going. It's what did you call it? Selling hope. But it's sometimes as simple as that, and you just need to be reminded of it. Although I'm a fan of looking at a perspective that sometimes is different. To Lise has a really good saying: "You can't read the label within the jar." I really like that saying. Sometimes you just need to take a different perspective, and that's why we're talking about 200 agents vanishing from realestate.com in 2 years, because it's a
Yeah.
different perspective. And if you want to get a gauge on the market, I think that's a fact that I've never seen reported elsewhere.
Oh yeah, it's massive. It's bloody massive. So anyway, industry people, what does that mean to buyers, sellers, landlords, tenants, if that many agents are disappearing from the industry?
Well, we've been reporting that there's been low stock on the northern beaches for a while now. Um, I think again that sort of coincides with that number. More stock on the market would normally mean more agents servicing the beaches. But maybe been a bit of a consolidation of agents and agencies working the northern beaches. Um, in the industry, we've always had like this 80-20%, no, not a rule, but a trend, I guess you could say, where 80% of the business is done by 20% of the agents. I think you find that's common in a lot of industries actually, but I think there's just been a consolidation of agents and agencies, and it's reflective of the lower stock on the market at the moment, and that's not really changed. We've been monitoring stock levels, and I know it sounds so boring because we're talking about it all the time, but it's the best metric we can use to gauge the market, and it has been sitting either side of 700 units. 700 properties on the northern beaches for sale, realestate.com. But in a buyer's market, that could be high as sort of upwards of about 1,200 properties. So it is
Hmm.
favourable selling conditions.
Interesting.
Mm. Anything else to
All
add?
right, Billy. Nah, I like it. I like the topic. I think it's you must go through shitness and a shit period in order to have great levels of heights and happiness. So I guess it's just like, you grit your teeth, move through, make sure you're doing what you love. It's all that cliche stuff that you hear, but it's so true.
Exactly right. It's it's the worst advice you could have, but just keep going.
It's That's a shocker. Billy, have a great day and just keep going.
Yeah, there's your
Yeah,
motivational Wednesday, 10 minutes.
yeah. Just keep picking up that phone.
Woo! Let's go.
All right. Have a great day, everyone.
See you guys.
See ya. Bye bye.